The Malta Further and Higher Education Authority works independently to ensure the highest standards of education and to foster an increasingly competent community. The authority ensures that students of further and higher education receive the best quality education. Providers have primary responsibility for the quality of their provision and its assurance. As licensed education providers by the MFHEA, all providers commit themselves to ensuring the quality of the education that they provide. They do this by establishing and implementing effective internal quality management systems that are clear, predictable, focused on continuous improvement, overreaching and inclusive of all internal and external stakeholders. This video will help you understand all components and principles of an internal quality management system that providers, in accordance with the education that they provide, must establish and implement effectively as a condition of their license. The first commitment a provider makes in regards to its internal quality management system is through the quality management policy that it formally adopts and which describes the organization of the quality management system, its processes, mechanisms, instruments, reporting, data collection, timeframes, and quality cycle. This policy is a public document. What should an internal quality management system include? Make sure that the following components are part of your internal quality management system. Teaching and learning. As part of its role to oversee and enhance the quality of teaching and learning and students' achievements, an internal quality management system should include arrangements for the design, monitoring and review of all courses and programs delivered by the provider, monitoring the quality of delivery through tools such as student surveys, lecture observations, performance evaluation of staff, quality assurance arrangements of the assessment system to ensure its validity, reliability, efficiency, transparency, fairness, authenticity, adequacy of feedback, but also its academic honesty, monitoring the quality and effectiveness of internships where applicable, guidelines for supervision of dissertations and theses, if the case, monitoring and enhancement of its facilities. Strategic planning. The internal quality management system forms part of strategic management and covers the whole range of activities. This helps the provider with an effective early warning system that has the capacity to detect and signal irregularities, provide potential sources of the problem, and support the solution finding. Quality management functions throughout the institution are fully integrated into normal planning in a defined cycle of planning, implementation, assessment and review, which ensure that steps are taken to match the quality of the achievements with the strategic objectives. Governance accountability. This component supports the provider in conducting its work in line with good governance principles such as transparency and accountability. This refers to the election or appointment of its leadership, their fitness for the responsibilities of the roles they occupy, and also to the transparent manner of the governance activities. The leadership's positions and governance bodies regularly review their own effectiveness and implement plans for improvement in the way they operate. Policy management. The internal quality management system has an overarching role in the coordination of development and revision of the policies and procedures for all areas of the institutional operations, so that to ensure all elements of the governance, leadership and administration communicate to each other. This also allows the internal quality management system to ensure that policies do not contradict and overlap, and that they are aligned to regulatory requirements. Data collection and usage. The internal quality management system includes a series of instruments designed to collect data, which is later used to improve the quality of training and learning outcomes as part of the monitoring and feedback segment of the quality cycle. Data is collected through a comprehensive system of both quantitative and qualitative instruments and from a variety of stakeholders, and is analyzed through benchmarking exercises and observing trends over time. The results of these analyses are made available to the community and are used to inform quality management, decision-making and policy management. Internal self-assessment. Transparent self-assessments, self-evaluations, are a precondition to an effective internal quality management system and for finding fit solutions. A critical analysis of institutional performance is a key component for improvement. This should be conducted regularly for internal purposes as well, not only in connection to an external quality assurance exercise. External accountability. This component is in charge of ensuring that the provider meets the expectations and requirements of regulators, authorities, or degree-awarding partners. It is also part of the role of the internal quality management system to ensure that the provider understands and complies with the standards that are outlined in the National Quality Assurance Framework for further and higher education. What should an internal quality management system be based on? Make sure that the following principles inform your internal quality management system. Quality as an integrated concept. Quality management is the backbone of the institution, and as such, it covers the whole range of activities and units, both academic and operational. Quality assurance is not a singular isolated concept, but the running engine of all governance, administration, teaching and learning, training, practical work, community engagement, etc. Quality culture. An effective internal quality management system should be anchored in a quality-based thinking within the organization, characterized by a shared understanding and collective ownership of quality values. The leadership must actively promote quality culture and constantly work to strengthen the quality management function within the institution. Stakeholder engagement. Providers must design and implement their internal quality management system in close cooperation with all internal and external stakeholders, academic and administrative staff, students, representatives of the labour market, external academic peers, alumni, employees of graduates. Their engagement and contribution may bring different perspectives that the providers can use when enhancing the quality of the education. Institutional capacity and capability. The provider must have relevant structures in place to provide oversight arrangements for quality management, sufficient staff, including at least one quality management role occupied by an internal staff member. Resources and administrative support are allocated for an effective internal quality management system. The responsibilities of departments, schools, facilities, institutes, and/or other organizational units, as well as those in leadership roles and students with respect to quality management, are made clear and formally defined in the quality management policy. Continuous improvement. Quality is never an end in itself. The provider must always identify room for improvement and make use of collected data to enhance the quality of its operations and close the feedback loop and the quality cycle. The quality enhancement component must be prioritized over the compliance one. How to develop an internal quality management system which is fit for purpose. Plan it to align to the standards in the National Quality Assurance Framework. Do collect or document existing policies and procedures. Identify and address any gaps. Check how implementation of policies is monitored. Act to improve through collection and use of feedback. Where to start? Start from your mission statement. Every institution is different, but you can reflect that diversity while aligning your internal quality management system to the National Quality Assurance Framework standards. Commitment to a quality culture. What does this mean? Culture is what we do, how we do it, and why. This refers to the quality of the programs, quality of teaching and assessment, quality of student support, and quality of governance and administration. We already do that. Many elements of the internal quality management system are likely to be in place already, even if not in writing. Procedures exist for key tasks, like recruitment of staff or development of programs. Put it in writing. Identify existing good practices, policies, and procedures, and evaluate what is working effectively and what needs to be refined in order to improve their effectiveness. Make sure all is integrated and works in a coordinated manner. Fill in any gaps. Based on the standards, ask yourself what is missing. How do we address this? Who should be involved? Refer to the National Quality Assurance Framework to understand all standards that you must ensure compliance with. That will be the object of your licensing, as well as periodical audits conducted by MFHEA.